What is going on, everybody? Hope you had a great, awesome, and safe St. Patrick's Day. I'm still in green because my favorite color is green, and we're just going to celebrate all week. We're just going to celebrate all week by wearing green, and that is the deal. Hopefully, you are staying hydrated. Even my can is green. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are at today. Hopefully, you are having an amazing day. I want to bring up a guest that's going to run through a pretty cool tool that I have known about for a little bit. Uh, we've interviewed another buddy of mine who works at the same organization. And yeah, let's just bring him up on stage. I'll unmute the mic. What is going on, Ondřej? How are you?
I'm doing fine, Chris. Thanks for having me. How about you? You good?
Hey, we're good. We're staying hydrated. We got water. It's going to be a good day.
I'm prepared as well.
Perfect. I love it. Before we get into the stream, I'm going to go through the spiel. If you aren't following TuxCare on Twitter, make sure that you follow TuxCare on Twitter, twitter.com/TuxCare_. If you are not following me on Twitter, make sure you do that. Catch me at Salt and Burnham. And if you're on Blue Sky, Chris DeMars at chrisdemars.net. And then if you want to follow Ondřej, there's a bunch of different things you can do. You can go to this link right here, and there's a bio and social links and all of the cool stuff to follow Ondřej's journey and just keep up with what's going on in his world. So let's kick off the stream. Introduce yourself to all of the viewers out there who may not know who you are, what you do, what you're all about.
Right. So my name is Ondřej. I currently work as a developer advocate at CKEditor. I'm in the development world for 7-8 years. Let's say intensively. Before that, I was a developer and QA engineer. Basically, the typical journey. I started as the QA, learned the stuff, then started to develop things, and then I moved to the world of the open source and the developer relations. My favorite topic and my topic for the last 10-12 years is the content management system, content editing. I did a little bit of a detour to the big data and data quality and data analysis, but other than that, I'm mostly content management systems and how to present content on your digital websites, presence, applications, and so on and so forth. And that's basically me.
Nice. Yeah, I've worked with multiple CMSs over the years, besides WordPress, I've worked in IBM has their own content management system. It's called Wickham, stands for Web Content Management. It's very clever name, I guess. Shout out to IBM. But it's part of the whole WebSphere kind of environment ecosystem, and then your content, your static site generators, which you could sort of consider maybe like a CMS. You can hook them up to a headless CMS. But I've worked in Sitefinity for many years, so I'm pretty familiar with the whole kind of CMS world. And they're fun to work with.
I started with the .NET world at the time when .NET was very exclusive and very opinionated. So I started with .NET, went through the various content management systems there, and then I went to the, let's say, more open world of the headless content management systems with all of the front-end frameworks. And you know how it is with the front-end frameworks changing every week.
Every week. Probably every day. Every day there's a new framework. So, Ondřej, we're going to talk about the AI feature in the CKE editor. Is that what we're going to do today? Give us a whole rundown. Give us a whole rundown of the whole ecosystem, what this is all about.
Okay.
Everything. Tell us everything that we want to know.
Okay. So I will start from the bottom. So if you really want to create a website, you somehow want to present your content, right? I don't know whether it's a description of your new, Mac selling company. If it's a description of yourself, you would like to create your personal site and so on and so forth. You somehow need to put the content in. And the whole web is working on HTML and other formats, but let's keep it simple. It works on HTML, and you somehow either need to write it manually, as we did 20 years ago. If you wanted to create your first website, I thing you also recall learning on the high school, how to do the H1s piece and how you can embed it, or you use some tools for that. And when your website or presence grows and you are a bigger company, you start to use, for example, content management systems or some document management systems when you are storing your articles, your legal stuff, and so on and so forth. And then it started to be much more convenient to have unified editing experience. For example, Microsoft Word or Google Docs there, and then you are working on in there, and then you copy paste to your content management systems, and so on and so forth. And now I'm getting to the world of the rich text editing and rich text editors. So if you want to bridge the gap and basically allow people to just work in one place, in one application, you need a rich text editor where they can just go and write and collaborate on the HTML or on the of the content they are working on. So that's basically the backstory. CKEditor itself is one of the rich text editors, is focusing on various fields and structures and size of the companies that would like to provide the story outside. Let's say it this way. The core itself of the editor, it's open source. It's under GPL license, so if you want to use it, feel free to do so. You just need to comply with the GPL license. And basically what it does and what it provides you is a text area on steroids. So you have a big text area, and it enhances it with the toolbar with all of the features like, the basic are bolds, links, italics, and so on and so forth, like H1 to H6. And these kind of things, you can just drag and drop the image in there, and based on the configuration, it will transform it into proper HTML. There is accessibility in place, and you have basically all of the things that you would need from the content editor at the beginning. So that's the base. That's what you get for free. That is open source, and you can extend it with the plugins. So there is also the very nice plugin ability. So if you need, I don't know, some of your special widget for your special visualization, you can create it. Or if there is already a plugin for that, you don't really need to just install it, and you are running. Yeah, my favorite is, for example, the Mermaid. I don't know if you use Mermaid, Chris, but it's basically the visual visualization of the models, right? So you just write it in some specific domain language, and you get the visualization, and you don't need to design it yourself, which is super great for me because I don't have eye for this. I somehow know what I would like to display. I always use Mermaid to display it for me, right?
Yeah, I've seen Mermaid. I've tried playing with it. I haven't jumped heavily into it, but I do like how it makes the graphs and the visuals, and that takes all like the work out of having to open up Photoshop or open up some type of tool, like drawing out, drawing out different graphs and different charts and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a pretty cool tool. I didn't know that the editor actually had a plugin for that. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so these are the plugin abilities. So you can basically have anything that produce some kind of the HTML. It can even be the HTML canvas, right? So it can basically anything. I have seen, or I have played with a couple of things that just, what can run Doom. Yeah, of course. CKEditor can run Doom because you can have canvas in there, and it can be plugin for that. So that's basically what you get for free. Also, we have the business model based on the top of it. And the whole thing, or the whole idea for the CKEditor was you still need some basic backend, right? If it's content management system that is storing the data, if it's the document management system or CRM system that is storing the data, you still need to have the storage. But CKEditor also provides the way to hook it to the backend. You have both of the options. You have SaaS-based, like self-service. You just sign up yourself, and you get the license. You put it in there, and everything works out of the box, so you don't need to configure anything. As well as you have on-premise for more regulated industries. And once you connect to this backend service, it's not just the storage. Basically, the storage is kind of sidekick, because the more value you will get is for real-time collaboration in between multiple people. So you will basically get your text area if you copy and paste the URL, if it's configured the right way, to your friend with this identification to the specific document, and he or she can start working on the content itself. This is another feature that that CKEditor do. There are many of these add-ons or extensible features. The next one is, for example, CK Box, which is your document management, digital management system. So the library for your images, for your videos. So you can then select it. If you drag and drop it and you don't configure the storage for the image, by default, it will just make a base 64 out of it. And this is good for the first try, but if you would like to place, I don't know, 100 megabytes video, it's not the ideal way. So you can just hook the CK box. Again, it's just one configuration file, and you have the storage with the nice library, with the nice dialogues, and you don't really need to implement it yourself, right?
That's really cool.
Yeah, so these are the things that you kind of get. I don't want to go to do one by one. Then the one thing they are really like is the server side script, because imagine that you have thousands of pages and you decide to change the name of the company, which happened to me multiple times, to be honest. And yeah, if you don't use this, if you are not having the capability of running some scripts on your content, it's kind of pain in the butt, right? To go one by one and try to find it and replace it. I know that there are some capabilities in the document storages to search and do the stuff, but yeah, you have fully capable JavaScript that you can just run on the server throughout all of the documents, even the ones that are not even stored on the backend of the CKEditor, because you can still hook it to any database, but it can iterate through the database and run the scripts there, which is super useful. So server-side API is something that I think stands out if you compare the CKEditor with the other ones. So it's basically a content editing platform, if you will. Yeah, something like that.
That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, that kind of brings me back to the days of old school web, which I love old school web. Like, I wish old school web would come back, but the reality is it can't. But when you'd have multiple pages and the same thing on every single page, and then something changes, and you got to go through every single page and change that. And then, we get into the 2000s, and then we start getting into single page applications, and that thing is just an imported component, and you change it within the component and it changes. That made everybody's life so much easier. I still love old school web, but there's a lot of great advancements in the world of web and software, and I think we take it for granted sometimes. But that's really cool. That's a really cool feature that CKEditor has.
Yeah, and that's only the website that we are talking about, right? If we if I take a look to the actual implementation of our enterprise customer, it's most like they have some internal system that is combining not just their website, but their CRM, their content management system, their reporting system, the HR, so on and so forth. And ideally, you would like to have the unified editing experience in between them, right? So if, I don't know, some accounting team is working on the reports, they would like to have the visuals and the shortcuts ideally the same as the second team who is working, for example, on the sales part of your CRM, right? So that's where is the real value for this editor, because you can integrate it in basically any system that runs on web or runs in browser, because you can just put it in there, hook it to the storage of your choice, and then everybody has the same experience. It's configurable, so yeah, some of the teams can have just the links capability, because you don't want to really give them all of the rights, right? But still, it's similar. And you can, for example, provide the unified learning courses or learning videos, and you don't really need to say like, hey, you need to learn these 25 systems and their editors. You have just one, and that's how it works all together. And you can mention people all across. So yeah, this capabilities and this let's say integrability is endless, and this is what I really like on this platform.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, even looking at the website, like, you guys have big, big customers within here, components for cutting edge content creation. I really like that. What else do we got in here? 50 million plus downloads, 100,000 customers. You can use it across everything, right? React, Angular, Vue. We even got some old school stuff in here, some Bootstrap Foundation. We got Spring Svelte. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on.
Yeah,
It,
and it's all maintained by the CK team. So if you take a look at the React, Angular, or Vue.js component, they are not just like some wrappers. That's actual integration to the React. So you have React hooks, for example. For Angular, you can have the two-way binding for data. You can turn it off because yeah, if you have, I don't know, 25 people putting the content into one text area, or the document is very big, the two-way binding with Angular is not the ideal thing that you would like to have. So we have these like little things that makes the integration so much easier than to just like, hey, this is the text area, this is the script, and now you need to configure it for every single technology that you're using manually, right?
yeah, this is really nice. Let's see here. Let's go through here. I love the website too. The color scheme, the website, but I mean, it's pretty easy just to install npm create Vite at latest, set it up with a template.
Yes, there are various developer tools. Like if you go through the GitHub of the CKEditor, there is a package creator. So if you want to create your own plugin, you just run the command and it's done. If you would like to start with something, you just have one command and it's done. There is also even the interactive builder that I will show you probably later, which you will just select what features you want to, and it will pre-create the configuration, because it's at the end of the day it's just the JSON or JavaScript configuration, and you don't want to go through the documentation or to the TypeScript definition and define it yourself. You would like to start with some skeleton. So there is very much let's say mature environment around that. The hard part for me as a developer advocate, it's to just show everything to everybody, because we have
Right.
so many things, and like putting it like just as a list, it's useless because nobody would go to go through everything. So
Right.
I'm trying to prioritize, but the simple setup is great. The starter with the builder is great, and the integrability with the technologies of nowadays, and as well as for the let's say a little bit dated technologies is there.
Mhm.
I think you know a thing or two about the dated technologies, because I guess Taxcare is doing the long-term support for these, because
Yep.
not everybody is upgrading to the bleeding edge every single day.
Right. Yep. Yep, exactly. Let me I'm gonna pop into a couple of these. Let's see here. I really love the
Right.
docs. The docs is really nice as well.
Yes, I love them as well. Usually, when I was working with the developer relations team, some of them sometimes out the documentation. For now, it's completely different. It's engineering, so you can see like it's being done from engineers to engineers, so you can really see how it works. And even in docs, if you open up any documentation, there is the live demo, and I mean the live demo, so you can like write your content and try the actual feature that you are going to configure in various variations. So this is something that I use daily, to be honest.
That's cool. That's awesome. Check out the Salesforce Visual Force. Nice. I dig it. Oh, and it uses Apex. Cool. Very, very cool. All right, let me stop
Like
sharing that.
to be honest, like keep up with all of the documentations and all of the integration capabilities. It's kind of hard for me because we are releasing them fairly often. And sometimes like new Drupal is coming out, new
Mhm.
jQuery which just came out in the new major version. I don't know if you find out, but now I think it's version 44, and it was like 43 for like a couple of years with a lot of breaking changes. And you need to somehow accommodate and then have the backward compatibility. So for me, as the developer advocate, I still need to keep up with, let's say, the modern ones.
Right.
But yeah, it's a tough job. I guess yeah, you have similar thing, right? For like
Yep.
deprecating the libraries, you need to be on the top of things before they happen.
Yep. Definitely 100%. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Well, let's see a demo. Let's see what it's
Yeah.
all about. I wanna see how it works.
All right. So let me share the screen. I'm going to share the entire screen so that we have all of the space in there. There you go. And we will start on the same place as you started. And I
Cool.
have 3 places that I recommend to go for every single person. Doesn't matter whether it's super technical or just a little bit technical, like the consultancy or business consultant. The first one, yeah, first read through the homepage. You already did that. Yeah, we have integrations. We already talked about it. But the first thing I really like is the demo page, because you can configure the CKEditor like any way you want, right? You can have a headless editor, which is basically just the engine and the UI you are defining for yourself. You can have a mobile-friendly one with all of the, changing the aspects and hiding things when you have narrow space. You can have mathematical equation in there. It can be even the markdown editor. As I told you, like, yeah, we are mainly working on the HTML part. But if you are storing the data in Markdown, yeah, we can like fluently switch in between Markdown and the HTML. You can have it for source code editing and HTML support, because sometimes you need to do a little tweak in the HTML and you don't want to write the whole plugin just to change 1 or 2 things once in a month. We have integration with many things. For example, Upload Care is the content CDN network with, let's say, on-the-fly optimization, something like CKBox. So if you put the video in there or the image, it automatically transforms it to the specific and web-friendly format like WebP and this kind of thing. So yeah, it's a lot of demos, and yeah, I'm just babbling. So let's just pick one. Which one do you like?
Oh, let's do I don't know. So
Any.
many options.
Yeah. Let's do like 3. I will click on them. I will show around, and then we'll switch to the
Perfect.
other one, right? So just hit stop and we can just go in there.
Stop.
Okay. So image optimizers.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that one. That one looks good.
Perfect. So yeah, it will just tell you what to do so that you don't need to really read through it. So like click on the button and upload the image. So if I click on the button, I will put some image from my documents. Let's find out if I have any images in there. No images around, just videos. All right, let's put this one. It will load it up. It'll give you the preview. Once it's there, you're going to see it in this really nice editor. I can add more. For example, in the documents, yeah, there are some images. So just place this one in there. And if you want to, you can delete it, like the GIF file, and you can see the promo. Like nothing, there is nothing super special. The UI is still the same. Like if you would have it with the default one. What is important that behind the scenes, everything is being uploaded to the Upload Care. Everything is being adjusted. Yeah, this is one of the photos from my meetup. But what you will get, it's basically the editing experience. You can crop it, you can adjust it, and you have still the base image is stored in the CDN. So even though if I cropped it already and I would like to uncrop it, I don't lose the cropped out part. And everything that you do here is just the transformation of the HTML. So I don't know if you have worked with, for example, other CDNs like Cloudflare, or I think it's Optimizely. No, Optimizely is a CMS, but all of these are basically storing the data somewhere on a server and providing the best quality possible. So if I can invite people, we already talked about it with Jamin. I think it's like a month ago. So let me just go to the past. There is a new image optimizer. We are talking about it for an hour, how you can enhance your images. There is a really cool feature that it analyzes your image and it will check the content in there. So if you, I don't know, you're prohibiting the alcohol, for example, images, it will analyze it and either not allow you to upload it or give somewhere a warning. Or sometimes for the web you are focusing on high contrast, right?
Mm.
And if you provide really blurry image with no contrast, it can do the same. And again,
Wow.
there is a lot of webhooks in there. It's basically the thing that we are providing for content editing day upload care is providing for digital access management. So it's basically the whole platform that you can hook to.
Nice.
So that was the one. This one showcase basically very easy and very simple editor. It's just this text. And if I go back and we will select the next one. So yeah, just say stop.
Stop.
Okay, so then we have a collaborative editor. Yeah, this is one of the strong features. I will go to the real time because I
Cool.
think we might even want to do the interactive demo because it will set up the real time session for me automatically. And if I copy the URL and send it via our private chat here in the studio, you should be able to access it. And we can work on the same document at the same time. I'm here. It always gives you some random name so that, yeah, we are not. And now you are the EH and I'm the ES. So I can work on this and I'm on the tracking changes. So you can even see the changes that I'm doing, or I can just try to edit something, and I can see you are now Evania Hugh and saying, hey there, right?
That's sweet.
I can accept it. I can decline it. It's basically the whole collaboration platform, and it seems like, yeah, it's super easy to implement. But when you start working with the collisions, when
Hmm.
people are overriding each other, or I can sometimes I can discard your changes and you can start working on them, but I can cancel it, and you can start working on it. It can and I can go back, right? And these kind of things, these deltas are super hard to replace. Yes, and this is basically how the whole content collaboration work. You can of course create some authentication and identify you as Chris, not this random
Hmm.
Evania and me being Elethin or something. You can put the image in there, the whole view, like how the comments look like, how they are like highlighting the documents. You can all customize. This is some base configuration that we are providing out of the box, so you can just like install it, and this is what it look like. But yeah, this is something that is really cool. And if you just want to, if you have your system and you have some editing area and you would like to implement the real-time collaboration, yeah, just put the CKEditor in there, put the license key, and you're done, and you can start charging for your software like double amount, right?
Wow. That is a powerful, powerful feature. I
Yes,
like
and
that.
I think, yeah, it's one of the unique capabilities because, yeah, you will get this, let's say, Google Docs like or Word like experience, but you can integrate it into your any systems, and into all of the systems you will get the same capabilities. Yeah, I really like. I don't know if they are set up here. No, not here, but there are even the slash commands. If you can register your commands, and if you run slash, it will give you the list of your custom command, and it can do like 2 or 3 things, like, hey, generate me this and that. And
That's
yeah,
cool.
like this is something that I really like. And yeah, you can see there is also this little AI thingy in the demo, which will just give you the whole AI assistant, right? This is not a specific demo for AI, but yeah, we still have it on even here in the content collaboration. And yeah, I can just ask what to do. I can ask like, what is that about? It knows the context of the whole document. It knows the HTML. the answers are, let's say, formatted, right? So it actually works with the document, not a copy paste and not losing the formatting. I think you can tell if you're using the, I don't know, any chat UI and you copy paste some document, for example, from Word to the AI, then analyze it, and you would like to, I don't know, reformat it or something like that. It's not ideal. Under the hood, if I create a new chat, we are not using anything specific, right? We have the big players under the hood. We are not doing the LLM fine tuning, but it can like this layer of the content editing. It's still there, and if I ask it like, give me a TOC at beginning, it can even do these track changes and suggestions in there. So it can generate the content. It can generate the content here in the editor. Yeah, suggest it as new paragraph. Just didn't know where to or what to put in there. Yeah, I didn't really prepare the nice prompt. So I just tell it to give the TOC. Yeah, usually, yeah, when I'm doing the demos, you have some content that you actually know what it is about. This is the NDA. So you probably, either for the regulation point of view, you need a table of content, and you can just apply it, which will just like place it in the content like I would do it manually, or you can suggest it. And if I suggest it, it's there. And you can see there are links there are in place with the specific bookmark to the specific part that we already have. So it already knows the capabilities of the editor. It uses them, and it tells me what to do. And the most important thing, like not from the integrator point of view, but for the people that are actually like taking care of the governance, I did the change, not the AI. I still I'm collaborating with AI, but I am the man in the loop. I am the one responsible for the things. So if we take a look, for example, to this revision history, you can see who edit what and when. Yeah, this is just a really easy and simplified UI, but you can customize it with all of the information that you have for the versioning. And then if you have some legal document that needs to be very strictly governed, yeah, you don't really need to take care of it. You just like turn on the features and you're done.
That's cool.
So yeah, that's basically the CKEditor and the demos. Anything else you would like to take a look? I might like showcase the way the editor can look like, because most of the time I'm showcasing everything on the documents. But yeah, you can have various menu toolbars. It can be even inline, because sometimes you just need to have the forms. So these are various editors that are doing the kind of page builder thingy. If you extend these areas with some drag and drops and whatever on whatever system you are working with, you can even have a page builder with the editor in place, configure the way that you really want to.
That's awesome. I just love all of the, like, it's so robust. It's not like any other type of editor out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you have you get pretty bunch out of the box, and then you customize it, because there are powerful editing tools and like editing engines that you can put together, but it takes ages to get some MVP done, right? For this one, you just like place it in there, hook it to the storage, and you are more or less done.
That's awesome.
Good. So this is the first section I always recommend, because you haven't seen the code yet, right? You just like went through the stuff, and once you are happy with like what you can get, you probably need to know how you can configure it, and this is how the builder works. So let's say you already have idea. These are basically the presets that you have seen in the demos. I think we have been working on the collaborative document editor, for example, and it will give you the similar configuration for it, and you see what it looked like. For example, for email editor, it looks like that. Usually, if you are more skilled, you start with the basic, and you add more feature in the next steps. But yeah, let me set up the document editor so I don't need to click all of the through all of the features that I would like to add. I always switch from basic view to the advanced ones, and these are the features that you can configure. Every single checkbox is one configuration. At the end, it's some JSON. So let's open up the minimap, and you can see the minimap out of the box.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? And you know what you get, so you can test it out. And like, this is still interactive demo, right? And like, this is the actual stuff deployed. It just works out of the box with the things that you put there. So I don't know. Let's say I would like to add a style, and you can even see like there are some, of course, there are some dependencies. So here I untick it, and in the styles I have some predefined styles. And let's say I'm okay with the way it looked like. I go to the toolbar again, another setup, like wrapping up the let's say the buttons that it doesn't fit, and so on and so forth. And now finally you get to the fourth step, which you will get again editor preview. But here in vanilla.js, let's say I would like to npm, and I can just go through the copy snippets. You know what to do if you want to integrate it into your existing application. How to copy paste the HTML structure, because yeah, we created a little bit more, let's say, complex one. So it's not just one div for the editor, which is this one. But we had the minimap, so this is the minimap div, and so on and so forth. So you don't really need to generate it or think of the structure. Then we have some like basic styles, again, customizable. But yeah, if you want something out of the box, you just put it in there. And then we have the configuration. There will be bunch of imports, because yeah, this is how it is for the CKEditor. Every single feature is a plugin that you need to import, some CSSs, some license keys, and this is the config, the core or the heart of the thing. So if you go through it, it's basically definition of the toolbar, loading all of the plugins that are there, and then you configure one by one what you need to do. If you would like to export a PDF, this is how you do it, and these are the style sheets, again, customizable. And you kind of get the idea how the whole configuration works. So yeah, a lot of configuration. And at the end, you just run the decoupled editor.create. You put the div in there and the configuration, and that's it, right? Then we are appending a couple of things into the toolbar and menu bar so that it looks better. You can have some additional configuration. But if you do copy and paste, or if you just download the whole project and run, and I think we are using Vite as the default bundler, you just do Vite dev and you're done. You have your like first installation. You can play with the configuration. If you don't like it, you can go back to the features. You can unclick because you probably don't want emojis and switch back, and you can download it again, try the versioning, and you know how to work with that, and you have some base to start. Right.
Wow.
And I don't know if I showed it. So if I just switch back, you can see I'm already logged in. Yeah, if you are not logged in, it won't ask you to log in, but you will have the placeholder to place either the license key or the GPL license if you're using the open source one. You can see for this one, I already selected a bunch of premium features that requires the paid setup. But it's fine. We have 14-day trial. If you don't want to pay for it, you don't put any credit card. You have 14 days for unlimited playing. Of course, we have some export to PDF, which is limited, I think, for thousands of pages or something like that. So it's not 100% unlimited, but for any demo that I'm using, and for like last, I don't know, almost a year, I didn't use anything else than trial. I didn't need to use anything paid, just for the sake of the demos. So yeah, I don't even know how to where to put the credit card, to be honest. Yeah, because I have the unlimited trial, and yeah, this is what you will get for 14 days if you just go here to the starter trial.
That is awesome. The one thing I wanted to see, the demo, I saw at the top, it was CKEditor AI. Is that the same AI that we were just in when we
Yes.
were doing? Okay, cool.
And if we go to the AI, there are of course, there are multiple things. The first one is the chat.
Cool.
But there are more things to extend, which this previous demo didn't have. This is, for example, custom source. You can have your documentation or your Notion or your Markdown files with the style guide connected. Again, it's at the end of the day on the back end, it's just the JavaScript or JSON configuration. But you can just jump to the authenticated parts of your internal systems. Yeah, there is auto translate, there is review. So this is more of a showcase what AI can do and how it can work. You can, of course, have the inline actions. These are the predefined ones. You can have a custom ones. You can have a custom prompts in there. Now, I think in April, we are going to have the webinar, how to basically run the whole thing on-prem and how to hook it to the MCP of your choice and hook it to the model of your choice. Because now we are using this base LLMs that we are providing, but sometimes companies has their own LLM systems already fine-tuned or extended. So if you want to do that, you can definitely do that by hooking it to your custom on-prem solution and connect wherever you want.
Wow. That is an awesome tool right off. I mean, off the rip. I mean, there's so many great integrations. The co-working real-time collaboration tool, like that is really sweet. I really, really, really dig it. It's so robust.
Yeah.
Thank you for demoing this. Thank you for showing me more about it.
No worries. But yeah, now we are talking a little bit more salesy. So let's get a little bit more technical to wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
So the documentation itself, if you go to developers and documentation, I didn't really I'm not really a huge fan of the huge documentations, but this one, yeah, if you go to the CKEditor 5, and yeah, you can go to getting started examples and the frameworks and basically know how the framework works. It's basically an MVC in the editor. So yeah, this is really nice. But you don't really need to do that at the beginning. You have your starter, just go to the features. And there is a list of features that you can use. So let's say I would like to have, I don't know, which one might be nice. Some simple one. You can have headings, right? And you would like to have a different types of headings in the toolbar and allow only these headings. Again, you have interactive demos right in the documentation. You have the showcases, how to configure them and how the configuration look like and what you can put in there. You can just copy and paste it. This is the configuration that just allows paragraph, heading 1 and heading 2. And this is what it will look like, again, interactively. And you can just go on and on. And this is just heading section. So as I said, the configuration is almost endless and you can get really lost. But with this, you are very, very set and, let's say, capable to pick the right things in the in the documentation. And yeah, I already jumped to the conclusion. If you don't know what to do, just ask this integration with AI, like how to set up CKEditor AI and let's say I did have my caps logo on. Doesn't matter. In a legal system for mortgages, whatever. And it will go through all of the documentation. Now it even goes through the source code of the repository. Yeah, it's open source, and it will give you the step-by-step guide what you can do. Again, you can go by builder, you can go by the setup, and it will give you, hey, just go and take the trial, install these plugins because these are the ones that you need. These are the features. Configure the endpoint for backend system. You can choose a model. It shows the ChatGPT-5 from some reason. You can ask follow-up questions. And yeah, you can do the on-premises if you need data privacy. And then it will give you the links where it find it out. This is, for me, this is ultimate setup, because if I need to write down a quick setup or quick answer a quick question, this is much easier for me to just ask and copy and paste the answer rather than me writing it down manually, right? So yeah, that's the documentation, that's the configuration and capabilities you can get. Yeah, there are more sections about CK Box, the whole backend cloud services, but I recommend start with the features, just click through them. If you need something, just go straight to it, see the options, and yeah, you have everything in the palm of your hand.
Love it. Love it. That's awesome. I'm going to put this, let me see, where's it at? It was what, resources? No, develop demos. So I'm going to put this in the chat before we wrap it up. If anybody wants to check this out, put that here, all destinations. So I just put in the chat the link to the demo page so everybody can check it out. That's it right there, CKEditor.com/CKEditor-5/demo. If you want to check out any of the demos for the editor. We're going to wrap it up. I appreciate the time, Ondřej. Thank you so much for showing me this. The demos are great. I'm probably going to play with some more of the demos. Is there anything that you want to plug before we end it? Social media, conferences that you're going to be at, anything that's coming up?
Yeah, so I'm just leaving this Saturday to the DrupalCon to Chicago. So if you are around Chicago, if you go to the DrupalCon, yeah, definitely stop by the booth. We will have the big booth because, yeah, CKEditor is the main editor for Drupal. I'm mostly on all of the Drupal and typo-free conferences because, yeah, we are the first-class citizen in there. Other than that, yeah, you have my website, ondrej.krastina.dev. I'm using all of the social medias, primarily LinkedIn and YouTube. If you haven't subscribed before, subscribe to the CKEditor YouTube. That's where I'm putting most of my content about content editing, as well as my little interviews. So you can even get the news about the, let's say, new technologies other than just the content editing ones. And yeah, if you would like to follow up with CKEditor, I recommend go to the CKEditor LinkedIn and just subscribe, because yeah, I'm putting all of the things in there as well. It's more of a, hey, this is the link, check it out, so you don't need to read the whole bunch of information around. So LinkedIn and YouTube for both CKEditor and myself.
Awesome, cool. Well, once again, thank you for your time. We won't be streaming next week or the following week. We're going to be on the road a lot, and we probably won't stream again until April. And I have a guest lined up for April 8th, I believe it is. So make sure you stay tuned to my socials, TuxCare socials. And with that, we are out. Thank you again, Ondřej, for your time.
Thank you, Chris, and looking forward to your next stream.
Cool. Check you later.
See ya.